All right, class, Unit 13, we are into this week, and then after Thanksgiving break, we have that final week. It's kind of jumbled together with it being like the last week of class, but also your opportunity to be done with it, like by taking the final and game over. You have successfully completed this class, Introduction to Missions Mentoring. So I need you to pay attention. First of all, I'm looking over here on my list, and I've noticed that 6 of you out of the class still have not yet responded to what I said regarding the last video. The rest of you already did that. Thank you. Look forward to having a very quick conversation with you about how's it been going with your mentor and everything like that. So thank you for reaching out to me. The rest of you need to go back and take a look at the last unit, Unit 12, and see through my video exactly what you're supposed to do. So that's great. Another thing as an aside, course evaluations are available. So go on to Canvas. If you go on to Canvas, I can pull it up right here if you see it. If I go into modules real quick, you can see course evaluation. Please take 5-10 minutes just to do that. I want to know how the course has gone, especially with regard to mentoring. This is my first class teaching it in a mentoring type of style, so we're growing into this, but we definitely believe it's very useful. And of course, you can already tell it has everything to do with your ability to meet with your mentor and have really good conversations based upon the material that you are independently learning by yourself. So hopefully it's been a blessing to you. Make sure that you fill out that evaluation and let us know how it's gone. We are this week for Unit 13, we are into, let me pull it up right here, healthy church formation, leadership development, and exit to partnership. So this is the missionary task, and so you're going to be focusing in on healthy church formation right here, just a few pages. Love this conversation right here about contextualization. Read it, think about the nations, think about the foreign type of contexts, but you will also discover that contextualization has gravity with regard to local ministry because of the way in which we're just interacting with all different types of people and perspectives. And so it's important for you to have that conversation with your mentor about contextualization. We're talking about leadership development here as well, especially as it's applied to the missionary tasks. So this one could go off on a tangent. You could probably start to talk about aspects of leadership within a church or within a ministry. That's really important, but I want you to really apply it for the sake of building leaders with regard to the missionary task. In other words, being disciples who then can also be disciples. In other words, 2 Timothy 2:2, the things that you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust these to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. So that's the aspect of leadership development that is a lot of fun to talk about. And then finally, though you may not think it is crucial, it is vital, it is fundamentally crucial with regard to missions, the way in which exit takes place, because we really want to see the gospel and the kingdom expand in such ways that there's not these systems of dependency, codependency. And so take a look at it, read through it real quickly, and make sure that you develop good talking points and questions from what you're taking a look at. Let me see if I can exit out of this because I really want to focus on this. I hope you're still paying attention because I want to walk through the syllabus with regard to the end of this semester. You can actually take a look that I'll give you that to-do list in Unit 3. There's going to be 2 additional elements that you need to really focus in on. So I'm going to point them out to you guys here with our course requirements. You've been doing the weekly mentoring report, so you can see those right there that you're supposed to fill in every single week. You already completed God's Glory Among the Nations, and that's what we did at the beginning. The Foundations quiz is coming up. It's going to be available for you starting November 19th. And you have until November 30th to complete the Foundations quiz, which you will find here on Canvas. November 30th, 11:59 p.m. After that moment, because it's the end of the semester, I have to submit grades. I will not be receiving any late assignments. You have from November 19th until November 30th to complete the Foundations quiz. After November 30th, when it bleeds into December, I'm not accepting any late turn-ins for that particular quiz. You will get a 0 for the quiz if you don't finish it prior to November 30th. It is important that you understand you're going to be tested on your knowledge of the foundation's material. So you're going to be tested about your ability to have not only read through this, such a simple, look how thin it is. This is all that you've been reading for the last several weeks, but a lot of good content. I want you guys to know that you're going to be tested on this in terms of not just your ability to have read through this on your own, but also the nature by which you really engaged in it through conversations with your mentor. So that's the Foundations quiz. Take a look at this one, because this is a big one that I bet a lot of you have forgotten about, but it's popping up right here at the end, and it is due November 27th at 11:59 p.m. Okay? You have to write a missionary biography. Take a look at the details. I do recommend, it does say that, Turabian format. Every single paper is an opportunity for you to improve in Turabian. That's what we do here with English Comp. That's what we do with research and writing. That's what you will do with your senior seminar, your final class before you graduate. And it's just helpful. Once you start to learn that, then it actually makes things a lot more simpler. So do it in Turabian format, and you see exactly what is required for you to do. Now here's why it is due November 27th. Because the last week is going to be an opportunity when you meet with your mentor for you to just simply have a good old-fashioned conversation about a missionary that you read about, a missionary biography, and all of the things, the takeaways that you learned from that person. So if it was like me and my favorite missionary, C.T. Studd, and I read the biography by his son-in-law, Norman Grubb, called Cricketer and Pioneer, I would write about it, I would summarize it, I would look at aspects of the missionary task, I'd provide personal application, and then beginning that week of November 27th, the final week of class, when you have that last meeting with your mentor, all you're doing is talking mostly about that biography that you read. All right, so it's important for you guys to recognize that. And yes, we will then finally conclude the class with a final quiz. That final quiz will come up that week of November 27th, and your deadline for that one will be December 5th at 11:59 p.m. And it's going to relate to all the content that was talked about in class. And beware, when you're taking one of my final quiz, my final exams, I'm really looking for comprehension. I'm not necessarily looking for, okay, just good old-fashioned regurgitation of the missionary task or 12 characteristics of a healthy church. Important stuff for you to have understood and learned from this class. But really, your ability to comprehend it, because I desire that this class would truly be useful for you to be a follower of Christ who lives on mission for King Jesus no matter where he sends us. All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to him. That's why we go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that he has commanded us, for surely he is with us always, even to the very end of the age. I'm doing this class not just to give you something to do, but I really am believing in this class, a fundamental class related to Christian mission, because I want us all to make Jesus famous, because he is glorious in and of himself, and he deserves our greatest energy and efforts towards making disciples of all the nations, no matter where he sends us. All right, so that's me and my rants. If you have me in person in class, you know I can go a lot longer than just that. So this is a bit of a summary for Unit 13. Don't forget to read Foundations, have your weekly mentoring report turned in, meet with your mentor, of course, start to begin thinking about this Foundations quiz, and you better jump on this missionary biography. If I was in your shoes, I'd have that missionary biography wrapped up before Thanksgiving week, just so that you could have a good Thanksgiving week. All right, God bless you guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions.